time you said, if you ain't first, you're last.
Hello, imbecile. Hello, imbecile. welcome.
Hello, everybody out there in TV land, and welcome in for some Thursday stream setup. That's right, we're going from zero to go live with me, Joe Cat, Watson, Count. Welcome in, all this. Seeing us up with first. If you ain't first, you're last. Good to see you, Jack. All this. Welcome in both times. Hello, good to see you, Jack. How are we this
evening? Guys, how are we this evening? I saw some chatter on Twitter. A lot of folks wondering about stream setup, about OBS, about all these kind of things. And I figured, hey, I throw my streams as VODs all the time over onto the YouTube. Let's do some sort of just little tutorial-esque stream setup. Let's just do a stream setup. Let's get Micho Catbot to go live. You know what I mean? Yo, I'm doing well, Boat. Thanks for asking. It's Thursday. That's one day closer to Friday. I'm pretty excited about that, personally. I'm a big fan of Friday because it comes right before Saturday. And we know why I like Saturday. It's because it comes right before Sunday, which is the day that we stream again. So, but yeah, I'm all about that weekend. So we're getting closer to it. I'm feeling better about it. You know, Boat? I really hope you're doing well. Hope all of us is doing well. Hope everybody is doing well. So let's see here. What all do I have set up here, chat? Do some bits here. So anyway, some of the stuff that I've got going on. I have my old computer that I used to use for streaming before I built my new computer. I'll pick up the webcam. Why not? All right, so whoop, that over there, and it's facing the wrong way because that's how it fit on the desk. That is the old computer. I used to use that guy for streaming until I built a new computer because I could not play Elden Ring on that computer. It just wasn't working out. So that's Retro. And I replaced Retro with Lord Conti. And it's probably not completely focused in there, but this is the new machine. So we are streaming right now off of Lord Conti, and I've got Retro ready to go to set up for the stream, utilizing a capture card. So I guess that's our stream set up tonight, as it be. And the idea is that using this capture card, and I'd pick it up and move it, but it's all wired up. And we'll take a look at an example. But that's how I'm capturing the HDMI output. It just kind of intersects in between the HDMI out. You plug it into the card, then it has an out that goes to the monitor, and then a USB cable to your streaming PC. But that's besides the point. What we're doing first is setting up with a little stream action. So here we are. We're on Micho Catbot's Twitch page, and this is the channel. Micho Catbot's offline. 0 followers for our friend here. They've never streamed before, so no chance to actually get any followers. I'm assuming at this point that if you're interested in streaming, you've kind of already gone in here, you've done a channel bio, maybe you've even, done your about section. Maybe you've thought about your schedule. You don't really need to have a schedule for starting off, but you've done your about. Maybe you've done your avatar. That's all I've really done here. All right. And then, of course, you've got the creator's dashboard. So, obviously, again, I think if you're interested in streaming, you've already clicked your profile picture and you've looked at the creator's dashboard, which brings us here. Creator's dashboard's got a handful of things in it. Including somewhere in here, streaming tools. You can get the Twitch Studio. There's a link here to OBS. That's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using OBS software in order to set up streams. There's a Streamlabs version of a streaming broadcasting tool. I think Streamelements even may have one. We're using OBS. That's what I use. That's what I'm going to show off. It's what I personally think is the best. It's the open broadcaster software, and everything else that, Streamlabs and Twitch Studio, I'm pretty sure these are built off of OBS. OBS is at the core the software that these things are built around, like literally branched off the software development, the same code base, and then they add their own flavor, their own spin on top of it. Again, I personally really like OBS. I think it gives you everything that you need. I think it's just kind of the streaming standard. And what's nice about it is that I think the vast majority of people use OBS. So there's plenty of support out there. There's plenty of people you can talk to. It does take a little bit of Googling sometimes. There is a little bit of Googling. I'm not a master of the program by any means. But that's what we're going to be using, and that's what I'm going to be suggesting. So you can go ahead. There is some kind of setup guide. I've never looked at this setup guide before. There's a download link. You can download OBS Studio straight from your Twitch creator's dashboard. So I do already have OBS on this computer. So we'll just go ahead, load that up. Now, I think what I've got sitting here is, if it will open up, Streamelements plugin is going to fail to load. We're going to update that plugin. Again, I haven't used this computer in a while for streaming. It didn't walk us through the tutorial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new profile. When making a new profile, can we roll for VIP? Yes, Ram. Good call. Let me get that up. Channel points. Manage rewards and turn on VIP. Yeah, we just had that turned off for the charity. But that should be on now. And then I gotta actually get the dice open. Without Marvel Snap, I don't know how big to make this dice. There we go. There we go, Ram. It should be on now. You should be able to roll for VIP. And I guess while I'm at it, well, we're not doing a Marvel Snap stream, so I don't need to turn on any Marvel Snap channel rewards. All right, so we got OBS open here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create there it is, Ram, redeem and roll for VIP, hitting us, wanting for the 4. You know how it is, Ram. This is not your number, but I'm going to pull the dice up here. There it is. Can't wait to get the green screen back so I can actually roll the dice myself. But Ram, looking for a 4. Will she get a 4? Oh, wait, I clicked the wrong button. That doesn't count. That wasn't D12. Sorry. This one, a 4. Halfway there, Ram. Halfway. So close. Hold on to those channel points. You will get there. You will get there. Very close, right? I know Ram's probably put in at least 12 rolls. At least. Still throwing the GGs. That's good sportsmanship. So we're gonna make a new profile here. This should emulate what it's like to first open OBS directly after download and installation. So it's going to ask you a couple of things in the auto configuration wizard. I straight up just optimize for streaming. Recording is secondary. If you're here looking to set up OBS for tips on YouTube, you could probably adjust these yourself, right? But we're here for streaming. We're here going to go live with Micho Catbot for streaming. Canvas size, it's up to you. You know, the 1080 is probably what you're wanting to look for. Most people's screens are the 1080 resolution size, but if you're looking for a different kind of resolution, of course you can set that up. Again, we're going to be streaming to Twitch, but maybe you want to be streaming to TikTok, in which case you might set up a canvas size that's suitable for a mobile phone. And then, yeah, we're going to prefer 60 FPS when possible. Again, we're looking for Twitch. We're going to go ahead and say connect account. All right. That's going to open up this authentication portal. And hopefully it just says you're logged in with Micho Catbot. It doesn't. It absolutely doesn't. And the problem with this is that I use a password manager for all of my passwords. I highly recommend this, chat. If you're not utilizing a password manager, please consider doing so. This will generate passwords for me that are not possible to remember. And it uses letters and numbers and capitalization and special figures. And as long as you have one password to access your password manager, then you have access to all your passwords. But you might be saying, what if your password manager gets compromised? What if you're 1Password and people get in there? Well, this is what you do. You have an extra secret little pin. So I've got an additional couple of numbers that I just put on to the end of these random strings. So the passwords in my password manager are not the full password. I've got a secret pin here. So I don't know the password in the password manager, but the password manager doesn't know my secret pin. And if I typed everything in correctly, we would be able to authenticate. All right, well, also need to do the two-step verification for this account, which I highly recommend. Again, if you're planning to stream, get yourself set up with two-step verification for your Twitch account. It is important to do. So we're going to put in that extra little code, and we're going to authorize OBS to work with Twitch. All right, there we are. Turning the music down a little bit, fighting me for dominance. I can do that. I am down for that. There you go. That's turned down about a 25%. Thank you, Bode. Explosive Yoda. Good to see you in. Can't wait to start streaming, bud. Me neither. We're going to be go live before the end of the night. Guarantee it. Mucho better. Thank you. Thank you very much. Take a look at my audios. All right, so for hardware encoding, sure, why not? Estimate bit rate. I didn't change any of this. I don't know what any of this means. Click next. It's going to perform a bandwidth test, right? So, again, we didn't go over setting up your Twitch homepage or your About Me section. I'm also assuming that you have internet. OBS will test your bandwidth, try to figure out the best settings based off of what your internet capability is to push your stream to the maximum settings that it can for your bandwidth. And then as soon as this is done, hopefully, I guess it's testing against another one. It says 100%. Doesn't quite look to be 100% yet. Because I can't hit apply settings. Okay, there we go. So it looks for the retro machine that I have here. Looks like the server is auto recommended. Video bitrate at 6,000. Recording quality, set that same as streams, typically what you want. Resolution and then the output size. Now you can see here, based off of this machine, based off of my internet bandwidth, OBS has decided that a 720 output is about the best that we can do. Again, I just trust these settings. I don't even know what my current output is on Lord Conte, but I'm hoping that my main streaming device does 1080. Holy smokes. All right, so we're logged in here. You're going to see all these things about cookies, all right? And we've got OBS set up. So first thing that we're going to be looking at is we need to set kind of our scene. So in OBS, you have a variety of scenes that you can put together. Kind of hard to see. We'll move the audio mixer over to the left. That's one thing to note about OBS. Your entire streaming experience, your entire control panel with OBS is 100% customizable. So, and that actually kind of makes it difficult. Like, I've sat behind another streamer's setup and I can't operate it because nothing's where I put it. Nothing is where I put it, right? So, like, for instance, these controls here about starting stream and stopping stream and recording, right? We could just put them up here if we wanted to. Or maybe, oh no, are they stuck there now? I'm going to keep them down here. So all of this is set up. Spend all the time that you want moving these boxes around, moving these docks around. They even come fully out, right? So if you just wanted to have it as a whole separate window somewhere else, it's possible. If I had a second monitor, I don't have a second monitor to move it over to. And that's all that. But anyway, we're looking at creating scenes. So this is what you need. Thank you. Hey, Rickster, happy to help. And guys, feel free to ask questions. Direct me in any direction that we're going, right? I'm trying to just hit everything from the basics. So we're starting off pretty basic. So we have a scene, right? I'm going to create a second scene here real quick because I don't care about that scene. We're going to create our very first scene. We'll press the plus symbol and then we're going to call this Marvel Snap Let's Play. Right? This is going to be our setup, our layout for when we're playing Marvel Snap. Which, holy smacks. Am I logged into Steam here real quick, chat? Make sure I don't dox myself or dox my Steam account. And let that verify install. I think it should be fine. When I get to a point where I have to sign in, I can figure out the sign in. So there's a couple of ways to go about setting up your scene, right? You can add in scene different sources. What these sources are and what these sources do is that they capture different video or sound settings from your computer. So maybe the easiest one to set up could just be something as easy as, I actually don't even know how to capture a full desktop. I guess maybe it would just be a display capture. So a display capture here is going to be one of your monitors, okay? So if we set that up, we can see here that I have one desktop duplication. I'm not quite sure what that is. Oh, these are the capture methods. Leave capture method automatic. What I was looking for is display. I only have one monitor hooked up. But if I had 2, 3, 4 monitors, you'd see each one of your monitors listed. So if you really want to just immediately to start streaming, right, boom, you can just set your desktop up. And if we kind of put this over to the left here, did this actually log in for me? Holy smokes, it did. That's a little weird, right? But you can kind of see, like, we just have our whole desktop set up. That's probably not what you want to do. Right? Now, if you're just trying to get into it and just get going, you could potentially do this. We could load up Marvel Snap. You've got the display capture. This is also maybe a way you could do it if you have a second monitor. So your main desktop primary monitor is not necessarily the one that you're showing, but maybe you just show the monitor that Snap runs on. It's possible. Again, doing a display capture, the quickest, it's the fastest, it's the easiest, not necessarily what I recommend to start off with, right? So we're just going to go ahead and get rid of this source because it is insane, the amount of infinite tunnel that we have to put up with. So we want to add into our sources a application capture. Oh, that's interesting. Do I have a plugin already installed on this machine? I might. Okay, doesn't matter. So we can use game capture. That's definitely a possibility. I'm trying to think, is there another one that I can do? Window capture. So I normally don't go with game capture. It can kind of work. We'll look at the settings for it. I've never used game capture. I always just use application capture. But it seems this would probably be like, it's going to capture any full screen application. So the idea behind this one is that you set it up, and just whatever full screen application you throw up there, it assumes that's a game, and it will start trying to capture that video. Again, not what I personally like to do. And that's one of the things about OBS and about streaming. It all comes down to personal taste. So I'm going to show you guys how I set things up, what my personal taste is, hopefully give you some comfortability with the... How do I have desktop audio going on here? Doesn't matter. Give you some comfortability with the program, but you've got to play around with it. You've got to find what you like most. So what I like most is window capture. So I'm going to set up a window capture. I'm going to call it Marvel Snap. And then I'm going to find it. It will be the Snap window. We could capture the Steam window, the special offers window from Steam. This guy right here, right? Any window that you've got open, it's going to show up here. And you can go ahead and choose which one you want. So we're going to say that we want Snap. Automatic's absolutely fine. And you can change like how the window match priority is. So it's like you can have it match 100% only, you know? So like maybe you do this for web browser windows where you only want to open and capture that window if it's very specifically on a specific web page, and therefore the title of the window is very specific. You can do it window of the same type, or otherwise window of the same executable. If you're going for something like Marvel Snap, if you're going for something like a game, you can go ahead and say of the same executable. We do want to capture our cursor for Marvel Snap. And then this multi-adapter capability, I have no clue what that's about, but if you're having an issue and you look up on Google and the answer is to click that, then you'll click that. And that's honestly a lot of what's going on there. Okay, I'm not signed in. We're just going to play the game of Marvel Snap. That's fine. Now, why does this not actually look like Marvel Snap? It's very interesting. That's definitely Steam. But that's OBS, ain't it? No, that's OBS. Something is way off here. That's Steam. That's Chrome. That's not Snap. What if we delete this real quick? And you can see, like, I understand why folks were interested in this. It's because, like, sometimes weird stuff happens. And you just kind of have to figure it out and push through it. Okay. We had to play with the capture method. Apparently, bit is not the appropriate capture method for us to use in order to capture Snap. Change it over to Windows 10. We see Snap. Now, I'm going to just for the meantime kind of do that. And it's not quite full screen mode, but we'd have to play through the tutorial to get it there. Now we have our image. We have our game. We're starting to build a scene. What you can do with this is you can change the size of it, right? So that it fits within your canvas, which we might want to do when we start getting our webcam and stuff. And if you move it up and down here like this, it's going to stay with the same aspect ratio. If you hit Control F, that's going to make it fit perfectly to your canvas screen. So that's pretty good for wallpapers or full screen application if you want to put your webcam on top of it. Just a real quick, easy hotkey, Control F. Now, with Marvel Snap especially, it doesn't have widescreen mode. So you might only want to capture kind of what's in the middle of the screen, especially if you're playing Marvel Snap in full screen mode. If you hold Alt in OBS and then take your mouse and go over and grab these corners, what you can do is shrink them in. And you can see now, I'm going to hold Alt, we're closing off what we actually see here. Close it off on that side, and now it's just very much only the middle of the snap screen. Alright, and then after you use Alt to kind of crop the source like that, if you want, and I kind of like to do this, then I go ahead and resize it so that it's the same size as my crop image, just because those red borders there make it a little bit easier for me to follow along. Highest power wins. Alright, let it go through the tutorial a little bit. So there we go. Now, we also need a webcam, right? So, very important, when you're starting off for streaming, don't go buy a $1 billion camera, don't go buy a microphone, just use what you've got. Don't invest money into any kind of streaming stuff until you really get a taste for it. You got your OBS set up, you got familiarity with it, you've done a couple streams, and you've decided this is a hobby you want to invest in. You do not need fancy stuff. You don't need to do a webcam, for instance. There's a lot of streamers out there who do not use webcams. But think about it, if you're trying to get viewership, if you're trying to get people to come in and watch you, what are the kind of things that you look for, right? And that's a lot of what OBS setup is. It's setting up your layout. It's setting up whatever it is so that when people are going through the thumbnails and they're browsing the Marvel Snap category or the Super Mario category or the Just Chatting category, they get one frame image. So what are the things that you like as a viewer to see? Are you more likely to click on people who have a webcam, for instance? Are you more likely to click on people who have a full layout and like their name and maybe a pet slideshow? Or do you like just playing just the game, nothing else? All right. So that's what you think about as you're putting together these scenes. So again, you don't have to put together a webcam. You don't have to use a webcam, but we're going to use a webcam because obviously I have chosen to use one. So how do we add a webcam? A webcam is going to be a video capture device. Go ahead and click in on there. We'll call it our webcam. All right. We'll click A-OK. And now we set up the properties for the webcam. Under device, you should be able to see all the different webcams that you have plugged in. You should be able to see all the different webcams you have plugged in. Let's see here. Cancel out. Try properties again. There we go. Now we have a webcam. So we've got our webcam set up. Now you can set the resolution of the webcam yourself. For some reason with my webcams, I do like the device default's actually not correct. And we'll see this, right? This is the full-size webcam right here. We'll put it to custom, and we'll go ahead and choose 1080, which are the webcams that I bought. And now you can see there's actually more on the sides of this webcam. You can actually see the PC. So you might need to do that, right? You might need to specifically set your resolution for your webcam, which is something that I needed to do. Again, FPS and these kind of things, the rest of this I kind of just leave alone for right now. And we can say whether or not we want to capture the audio or whether or not we want to put something else in. And we will just go ahead and allow it to capture the audio. Because I don't have a separate mic, for our benefit, we're going to use the mic on the webcam for Micho Catbot. Alright. Alright, so now we can kind of see that we've got some information over here on the side about our audio mixers. And I think actually I am going to go into properties. Let's see here. Alright. I was going to see if I could just tell it not to capture the audio. Doesn't look like that's a chance. So I'm just going to mute. because you can see the mic here has already been picked up. It says default. We could set it specifically to this webcam, but it was already picking up on the system's default, which when Windows saw this device turn on, it said that's going to be your system default. So I'm going to explicitly set this audio portion over here to be that webcam. All right, and we'll get more to audio set up later. Now, of course, this is way too big of a webcam. Also, where the heck did Marvel Snap go? Right? Your sources over here in the scene are very specifically ordered with what's on top is on top. So our webcam's on top. We're going to move it behind Marvel Snap. And now Marvel Snap's on top, and now we're below Marvel Snap, right? So we're going to go ahead, kind of shrink ourselves down to fit next to Marvel Snap. Maybe we move Marvel Snap over a bit, and it'll kind of click. OBS will kind of click to other objects. You can also use the arrow keys to kind of fine tune. All right, I'm not going to get too set up onto the exact beautiful, perfect proportions of your layout. We're just going to throw something fast together, but take your time with this. Enjoy this. This is, you know, you're seeing the way that people are going to see you on stream. So, you know, Marvel Snap is kind of unique right now where it's a very vertical layout. You'll actually notice on my stream, we don't even see the full middle image here. I actually kind of make it a little bit bigger, right? And then I push the image off a bit. Just so that you can, the screen's a little bit bigger for us, but you can still see all the emotes and the end turn. It's just cut off just slightly, right? Whatever works for you. And we'll go into some possible tutorials and things for other bits. I know a lot of streams have like pieces cut out, but we'll get there. We'll get there. So we have a webcam set up. If you had a mic to set up, again, you just kind of go over to the mic, go to properties, and select which microphone you're wanting to use. There are other pieces that you can put together. For instance, we could display an image, you know, and put that in there. And maybe, you know, you want to put an image as a wallpaper background. So I actually have no clue. Are there images on this somewhere? Can I access? Give me a second. I want to access my computer a bit. Yeah, I don't have permissions to that. That's what I thought. Which is good. Because that's the other user. Alright. No problems, no problems. So, we'll find a picture real quick. Wallpapers. Be mindful of copyrights and things of that nature when you're getting stream assets. I think there's like something in here under tools. You can go to usage right. You're typically thinking Creative Commons licenses, I'm pretty sure. And this looks kind of cool. You guys know that I'm a fan of space, so we'll save this image. Yeah, downloads is fine. Alright, so we'll find that image file. It's in downloads. We'll open that up. There it is. That was kind of a small version of that image, wasn't it? Oh yeah, 728 by 410. We kind of do want to make sure that we have something by 1080, right? What looks cool here? Maybe this looks cool. Is this a cool stream background, guys? I don't know. I really don't know. We'll save that there. Alright. Maybe that's a little bit cooler. Still a little small. Am I just constantly getting small images? That's a little bit bigger. Overwrite that. I didn't really make it any bigger. Whatever, I'm getting caught up on the little things. So we'll set that up as a background, throw it up behind everything at the very bottom image. It's still got like some pieces on the side, right? A little bit of that black. So we'll hold Alt. No, we won't, because there's not actually any black there. It's just an odd resolution. And we'll just stretch it a little bit further. just so that it fills our entire stream layout, just like that. There we go. There we go. All right, so there we go. We got a little bit going on now. But what about follower alerts? What about things like that? Now, that's pretty much OBS, right? The rest of your layout, your alerts, all of those things, you're typically going to set up through some kind of third-party tool. That's going to be like Streamlabs, or what I use is Streamelements. I've heard some things that suggest that Streamelements is better to their users than Streamlabs. Do your research, do some Google, but I use Streamelements and I think they're fantastic. But again, with OBS, just depending on what you're looking to capture, right? So let's capture some text real quick. Why not? And we'll call this tutorial, right? So like maybe you want to have some kind of text that shows up. You can also tell it to read it from a file. So if you wanted a text file on your computer that maybe another program can dynamically update, and you are just reading from OBS, you can do that. We'll say 0 to go live stream, just like that. Got some text going on. We could change the font maybe to this one. I don't know, let's see how that looks. That doesn't look that much different, but we changed the font. We can change the color, you know. Absolutely, maybe a little yellow that might make it pop a little bit more for us. Pick colors that contrast off of each other. And then, all that looks good. Now we've got some text that we've added to screen, but it's kind of bland. It's kind of boring, right? If you right click on anything, pretty much any of your sources, you'll have options called filters. We're going to go ahead and build a filter on this text, and we're going to build the scroll filter. So we'll add the scroll filter, and we'll give it some horizontal speed of, let's say, 1. 1 is really slow, so let's make it 10. 10 seems pretty slow, so let's actually make it 110. There we go. Now that's way too fast, IMO, for something on your stream. But again, whatever you're set this up, this is all art, right? I can't tell you how to set up art and what's visually pleasing. You guys are viewers. You do that, right? Yo, Level, good to see you in. We're doing a 0 to go live stream. So we're setting up Micho Catbot with a little bit of a stream layout utilizing OBS. So there you go. We've got a scroll, right? Additionally, you know, we could do the same thing with our image if we wanted to apply a scroll to it. There are other different types of filters here. I don't know all of them. Again, depending on what you want to put together, you're going to probably find some kind of Google tutorial to tell you exactly what you're looking for. There's a couple of them that I know. One of them that I know is chroma key. This is how you do the green screen effects, right? So we'll say the key color is green, and you can kind of see, like if we play around with the similarity, right, you can kind of see there that things change out, and you can kind of see through the green coloring. Or we can use blue, and it'll filter on the blue. Actually, let's just go ahead, put this on. We can do this on the video. The video's got both audio and video effects and effect filters. I think what we're looking for is an effect filter for the color correction. Is it color correction or chroma key? It's definitely chroma key. Color correction, right? If you needed to, like, actually, right, using the gamma to artificially brighten that, since I don't have a ring light right here, we could also kind of set that back to where it was, and maybe, no, it was definitely gamma. Right, so you can add filters to correct the colors, but also we can do a chroma key. Look there for green. It's kind of hard. Can't really see through it, probably because of the light. Do similarity matching a little bit. Not too much. And you just, like, pretty much when I'm messing with a green screen, you just like mess with these numbers until it looks good and you can see through it. And honestly, like, having a little bit of light would probably help a lot. And you can kind of see through my shirt, you know? Or if maybe, let's actually pull it out, right? So you set that chroma key filter, right? And that's how the green screen works. And then my green screen's also got a blue. I find that green definitely does work because I have less green shirts than I do blue colored shirts. But that's how you set up a green screen. It's just a chroma key filter, and then you just play with those little dials and knobs until it's perfectly where you want it. Now, what's nice about this is you can see I don't have a green screen set up. I'm wearing a green shirt. Like, oh my gosh, do I really have to come in here and lose the filter that I spent five hours fine-tuning to perfection? Nah, just a little boop. The filter's still there, ready to be used the next time you're ready for it. It's just hidden and we pop it back on, right? Same thing with the color correction. So, absolutely beautiful stuff there. And again, like, you can do that to the image. There's a lot of stuff in here about, moving up and down. You can transform it. So, like, for instance, on the webcam, again, like, let's say my monitor is over here, or actually, let's say my monitor is over here for Marvel Snap, and every time I'm playing Marvel Snap, I'm looking this way, right? Look at the, oh my gosh, there's so many of me. Stream within a stream. Anyway, right, in the other OBS, in that OBS that you guys see on stream, right there, I'm not looking at Marvel Snap, right? But this is, let's pretend that's where my Marvel Snap screen is. So we can just go in here, little transform, flip that bad boy horizontally, bam! There we go. Now we're facing Marvel Snap, right? So there's a lot of those little things, again. Blending modes, blending methods, scale filtering, all that stuff I've never played with. A lot of this, again, there's a lot of customization in OBS. You don't have to f*** around with all this shit. There's just a couple key pieces that are nice. And again, like the transforms are kind of in there. Okay. It's also really good to have a just chatting screen. So we'll go ahead and make a just chatting screen. Right? We did forget to actually name this one, so we'll just rename it and we'll call it, what will we call it? Marvel Snap. Let's play Marvel Snap. That's what we're playing. Right? Just for our own organization. Now we have a just chatting screen. Again, we have a webcam. Right? Yo, Staria, good to see you in chat. Good to see you in chat. We're taking Micho Catbot and we're setting it up with a stream account. 0 to go live, and we're just going through some of the OBS stuff. We just set up one scene for Let's Play Marvel Snap. Got Marvel Snap over here. Do another little bit. Alright. And now we're making our just chatting scene. Now, we're going to want to add our webcam here. So you can go over here, decide to add a video capture device. But instead of creating a new one, another one, right? We can always just add this one webcam right there, right? The one that we just already had. And if you'll notice, if we go over to this scene, we go over to this scene. I think if we go in here, let's see here. Properties, not properties, it's filters, chroma key filter. Let's turn on the green screen effect. See, it affects this one too. So it's literally the same thing. The transform's different for this scene. We're facing a different direction, but the chroma key, the filter, those all stay on. So you can make the change in one spot and get it anywhere. Finals today? Holy smokes. You and Nobles, I'll probably catch the VOD or something for sure. For sure. I am down to watch some finals. Alright, so there's our video web camera. But let's say, like, what if this tutorial text, for instance, what if actually this was maybe text that we specifically wanted on our webcam, right? Like that, you know? Just like that. Well, what we can do here is we can right-click this and say Group Selected Items, and we'll call this Webcam Group. Okay, and then we'll pick up our webcam. We'll drop that into the webcam group as well. Order it correctly so that the text appears, all right? We'll remove this component right now. Copy this group, paste it over here, boom, there's that group. We can go ahead, Control F, make it fit this scene. And now we've got a little webcam group folder that we can add to any scene that we want to do, whether or not we're playing Marvel Snap, if we're just chatting, or if we have like some kind of webcam or web browser film source. Like maybe we have a different layout for Elden Ring because we want the webcam to be in the bottom right instead of the top left or whatever it may be. But now we just kind of group these things together so that when I come in here and I want to change this text, right? And I want to say, add some exclamation points because we're excited, right? Well, boom, it's updated here as well, you know?
Hey, are you guys friends? Maybe.
It's Abduli. Thank you, friend, for the follow, getting us one step closer to our mysterious 1,250 follower goal. Appreciate you, Abduli. Hope you're enjoying the Zero to Go live stream where we're going to be taking my bot account and making it go live. I'm a little weirded out. Like, why is this not... This needs to be the full size. Does that change this? It sure does. Oh my goodness, what has happened? Oh, I know what happened. This happened. Because we added more text to that, it resized the text screen, which pushed that entire groups package, right? You see we have the group selected and we can move the whole group around. See that green screen effect? When we made this text piece wider, oh my god, what has happened? This poor old computer. When we made it a little bit bigger, that made this entire group's bounding box bigger, which made this group's bounding box bigger, and the whole group's bounding box changed, right? So we just make sure that this is, that this is the correct size, like that, and we move it back over here, and then if we go to our just chatting screen, it'll be the correct size again. So, there we go. Right? So there we go. So that's how you make scenes, right? You can add some text. Again, we can add images. Slideshow, I actually don't recommend slideshow for just out-of-the-box OBS. It has a very small amount of pictures, like 3 or 4 pictures. Damien Dog, not going to be playing Snap tonight. Tonight's all about a tutorial on how to set up Stream. We're going to go from nothing, set up OBS, and go live on a second account right here as a tutorial. Video capture devices, if you have a capture card, which is how I'm capturing the second output of the other PC, right? And I can show you guys kind of what capture card I've got. Elgato makes a lot of really cool streaming things like the Stream Deck, like capture cards. And I think it's this one that I've got, if I remember correctly. Maybe it's the HD60S and not the X, right? But you can kind of see, well, I was kind of hoping for pictures. It's kind of hard to see it there, right? Right, this is actually, yeah, I have the S. So you can kind of see it just has an output, and on this other side it has an input. So it passes straight through, and, you know, it captures. So, like, again, I've got a monitor here, And you would just set that up the same way you set up a webcam. All right. Also, you can, another thing, like if things feel like it is lagging, if the audio of your capture card or your webcam seems out of sync, you can deactivate it and then reactivate it. You guys know it. You know it's all about that IT help. So now that you're live, nice, Damien, nice. Now that we have some things set up, right, and you're going to kind of play around with this, change what video capture you're using, all those kind of cool things. But you notice we don't have any alerts, we don't have any overlays or anything like that. The tool that I use, or the third party that I use, is called Streamelements. No, not their software. I just want to go to Streamelements. Not Streamlabs. Why did you search Streamlabs? I typed in Streamelements. Streamelements. There we go. So, Streamelements, a great third-party website to be able to help you with layouts and all of those kind of things. It's a lot easier, Rickster, than it appears. The thing is like there's so much Rickster that you just don't use. So you kind of have to, the complicated part is finding what you need. So again, just to go back to OBS, the big things that you'll use are video captures for like webcams and capture cards if you're going to be streaming from your Switch or something. Window capture to capture the windows on your PC that you're playing, whether it be Elden Ring or Marvel Snap. And then you can play around with probably audio input if you're capturing a specific microphone, or like, we'll get to browser in a moment, images or text. Browser, audio input, display, image, video, window, those are it. The rest of these are all just kind of extra, right? You can add a scene. For instance, we could add another scene, so if we built the entire Marvel Snap scene, we could add that scene here, right, so that you can reuse components, right? But that's neither here nor there. But it is a lot. So here's where a lot of stuff, that using Streamelements, just authorize them, let them see your Twitch account. This is where a lot of stuff gets pretty easy for you. They're going to have analytics dashboards. Don't worry about any of that stuff. What you're looking for are streamer tools. You're looking for overlay galleries. Now, for instance, you'll see on my stream, it was the Heroes of the Storm. I think. Is that right? Heroes of the Storm, Universal Animated Scene. Does that look familiar, chat? That starting soon screen? What about the be right back screen? Right? Stream ended? Might look a little familiar, right? And then it's got these pieces here set up for stuff as well. Right? So they have all these really cool overlays that you can just utilize. And you can just find an overlay that you like. And they're all for free. Don't pay. Don't pay for Streamlabs. Don't pay for Streamelements. Don't pay any money for extra overlays. Find a free overlay that you like, okay? And then tweak it. Play around with it. So there's a billion of them, you know. Just find one that you like. I'm trying to see if there's one that I thought about getting that I recognize, but I don't. Yeah. Maybe if I search something like this. Yeah, why not? We're just going to get this. All right. So we're going to say create my overlay and then go to my overlays. So now we have all these overlays. We've copied them over into our overlays from their themes, right? And if you look at them, you can edit them. So we're opening up the maybe later, right? So here's our starting soon scene. And you can kind of see, like, it's just all put together for us. It looks cute. It looks fancy. Yo, Metal Tiger, good to see you in. Good to see you in. We're going to go live with Micho Catbot before the end of the night. And so you can kind of tweak around these. And this is kind of very similar to OBS, right? There's little pieces. They've got bounding boxes. You can click on them. So like this right here, I think this is our alert box that I'm moving around right now. A lot of times, like, you know, your heart icon, star icon, Twitter icon, right? A lot of the times these things are all from the overlays that you pick up. They're not normally all put together like super organized with super great names, but it is what it is. So like, for instance, you can kind of see as I hover over this, that Twitter gets highlighted. We can see that this is where that's at. If we click it, click on settings, right? Then we can say at Micho Catbot, because that's what we're setting it up for. And you can see that change down there at the bottom. Might be a little bit hard to see. Is that a spinning mustache in the middle on top? Yes. Yes, it is, Metal Tiger. It is a spinning mustache. Good eye. Good freaking eye. Is that... Ooh. Ooh. Nifty. Okay, so, and you can change all these, right? And, like, the biggest way that I see is, like, you click it to be able to figure out which layer it is. You can see, like, as you click things, it'll switch over. So that box that we just clicked there, what is it? Can we see which one it is? It's the alert box number 32, right? So those are your alerts. And you can customize all of these pieces. And you can drag them around and move them, so maybe we can put that over there. Save it once you kind of customize all of it for your socials and all of your things. And you can emulate to see what the kind of events are. So that's what it looks like when someone's follows, right? If someone does a community gift sub, you can use those emulations, right? And there it is. All right, so using Streamelements, Streamlabs has a lot of stuff like this as well. You get a lot of really good-looking, put-together packages, but other people are using them too, right? And all you want to do is just kind of poke around in these settings, right? So if we, again, find this alert box, we can look at these settings, right? And it's getting follower alerts, sub-alerts, tip alerts, cheer alerts, host alerts, raids, purchases, charity campaign donations. You can set all those up. So if we wanted to, right, for the follower alert, we can click the little gear box, and you can see it's using that video, and you can change this around. It says name is now following. We could say thank you very much, right? Add in a little extra flair. You can kind of, let me change this. I just realized that it's kind of hard to see, right? Why is chat out? Get out of here. Right, so you can change all these, how long the alert stays, right? They've got it set to 10, all this kind of extra stuff. You can change the TTS settings, the text-to-speech, so you can enable that, figure out the volume, select the voice. I went with Turkish, I don't know why. Right, so all these things can change, and you can change even like the image, right? So you guys notice when people follow along to here and sub here, I have the Micho Galaxy Heart. The Galaxy Heart that we have is set up. So that shows up in the follower alert. And that's because I just added it as like a GIF here and then selected it off of the default image that I got from the overlay. All right, so now we have a starting soon screen. We've moved it around a little bit. We've customized our alerts to say special messages that are unique to our brand. We feel happy with it. I'm going to give you a little hint, guys. When you're first starting off, don't worry about customizing too much. Change the social handles and be done with it. Use the overlay as is. I like having a starting screen you may not want to use a starting screen. You may not want to use an ending screen. You may not want to use a BRB screen, but those things are built out there for you in places like Streamelements, or if you want to use Streamlabs, go for it, you know? When you get this going, all right, we have now a starting soon screen. So I want to use this in my screen. I want to use this in OBS, all right? So I'm going to make a new scene. I'm going to call it starting soon. All right. And now I'm going to add a browser input. We'll call this starting soon. And this is how you're going to add your overlays. It is a pretty nice start screen. I like it a lot. All right. You go over to the overlay. Up here, there's a copy overlay URL. Click that. That'll put it in your keyboard. Come into OBS. It is a browser source, right? A web browser source, an internet page. And under properties, we can put the URL. And then it's going to be, right, 1920. Actually, wait a second. We've got a 720 canvas. It's going to be 720, 1080. Okay, wait a second. I don't know that resolution. So we're just going to use 1920 by 1080. None of this other stuff really matters right now. Okay, and then I'm going to Control F it so that it's the right size. There it is. Now it's coming in. Now it's loading in. Got to remember, this is an older computer. It's kind of slow. And there you go. There it is. There's our overlay, our starting soon screen right there. And if we go in, right, and maybe edit this scene, make this a little bit smaller here. This computer's slow. It's something like 13, 14-year-old computer, to be honest with you, chat. All right, there we go. Right, we'll make it a little bit, because it's getting weird about that. It cannot deal with it. Right, and if we say emulate, you'll notice it says preview live on screen. So we'll hit the follow event. My computer will spaz because it does not have the graphics engine to handle both of these going off at the same time, but you can see it showing up right there in OBS. Whatever shows up on this browser scene is what shows up. Right? All right, let's get rid of that. My poor old computer's going to die. So in a similar way, right, we want to have an overlay for this maybe? This is probably the Let's Play overlay. It's not going to happen, Damien Dog, but keep trying. So there we go. We got this overlay here. We're going to go ahead and copy this. Again, move stuff around. If you're just starting off on streaming, right, you probably don't want to have recent donations. You're just starting, and you probably don't have a whole donation bank and stuff set up. I don't, right? You can either delete these extra pieces. You can also, just like in OBS, just toggle the visibility off. So that then, if you want to use them eventually one day, right, you can, right? And they're just saved there in the screen. But remember, with these overlays, they exist out there on the marketplace for free. You can always re-download them.
Hey, are you guys friends?
Right? Hey, Damien
Maybe.
Dog, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Appreciate that follow, friend. So we're gonna grab this, copy that overlay. Oh, this is open in another scene. No wonder it's panicking. Go over to Marvel Snap. We need to add an overlay for when we're playing video games. So we'll say browser, okay. We'll add the URL link. Again, we'll set up 1920 by 1080. You want to set the resolution for the browser, right? We'll say okay. And then that's probably way too big. No, it's not. It's perfect scene. Okay, there you go. And now we have an overlay, right? And, whoops, I moved the entire overlay. We're going to lock this in place so that we can't move it. These little locks make it where you can't move stuff. But we do want to move our webcam group and all the pieces inside of it. And what we're going to do here, if you can please let me, we're just going to line it up here. There we go. Because this overlay has a little webcam holder for us, right? So there we go. Right? Now it is a little bit of a pain, right? Because if I wanted to move that webcam holder, I've got to come into Streamelements, move it, maybe move my name too, like this, and then save it. And then that changes the web browser, and then we can move this guy back into it. Right? That's kind of the pain of moving all this stuff, but otherwise you have to make these layouts yourself using like Photoshop or something. Kind of a pain. So there we go, right, chat? We've got a starting soon screen. We'll put that at the very top just because that's where we start at. We've got a Let's Play Marvel Snap screen, and we got a Just Chatting screen, right? We want alerts on Just Chatting as well, though. We do want alerts on Just Chatting, so we do need some kind of screen there. So let's take a look at this. This is probably their Just Chatting screen. Yeah, kind of looks like it is. So again, this is the overlay theme that we've gone with. Go through them, find the overlay theme that you like, but you do want to have some kind of overlay on every single one because that's how you're going to get your alerts to show up, right? Through those alert boxes. It's 1920 by 1080, by the way, chat. There we go. And then, you know, all right, why not? You know? Or again, we can go over here, lock that in place, grab our webcam group, select it, and we can shrink it down to where it fits like we want it. You know? There we go. All right, so we're almost ready to go live. We've got a starting soon screen. We've got a Let's Play Marvel Snap screen. We've got a Just Chatting screen. What is making... So let's talk about the audio mixer for a moment here. I'm going to move it over here. You can see that my desktop is making noise. I do not know what that is. Oh, it's literally Marvel Snap. Okay. Marvel Snap is making noise. Of course, that's fine. No problems. Okay. But you can kind of see your levels. And you can kind of see that the microphone is hitting that top red line. And it's topping out. Right? And we don't want to blow our audience ears out of the water. So what we're going to do is we're going to click next to the microphone. And we're getting into some advanced audio setup. We're not going too ham, but we're getting into some advanced audio setup. And we're going to click on this mic. We're going to apply a filter. Now, one thing that we can apply is the limiter. If you apply a limiter, you want that to be the last filter in the list, always at the bottom, because it will be applied last. And you can see now that we have a limiter at -6 dB. Oh, you see how it's not going above that limit? Right? So that's to help if something goes really loud, if something goes pop, boom, if you get really excited and you scream, you can use a limiter to make sure that your audio doesn't blow out your viewers' ears. Additionally, there is a noise suppression. And you can kind of put this in here. Again, you want it at the top, so we'll move limiter. You always want it at the bottom. And you can just, you know, good quality CPU usage, what you're looking at for, right? You can add noise suppression. So if there's a lot of noise that comes in. I actually don't use the noise suppression filter on mine because it messes up with our voice modification. And voice modifications are more important than a little bit of background noise. And then there's other things like a compressor and an expander and a gain, and I don't understand these too well, but there's actually ways to build these filters, if you look at even more advanced tutorials, to not only, you notice how we're limiting on it, and it's above the -5, but if we talk like this at a very low whisper, which I don't even know if you guys can hear me. If I talk really, really low, you can hear me through this mic, through the stream, right? But if you'll notice, down here, it's really, really hard to hear. It's too far down. And there's a way that through filters, you can say even if it's below a certain number, push it up to a bigger number. But I don't know how to set all that up, right? I'm not 100% sure how to do all that. But the filters are there. You can learn them. You can get there. The big one that I want to point out is limiter. Limiter. You can also see, our desktop audio is going even louder than what we're doing, right? So I'm going to add a limiter onto that one so that my desktop audio doesn't blow out my audience ears, and I'm going to make it a little bit quieter than my webcam, than my microphone, because I always want to be the loudest thing. So I'm going to put its limiter a little bit further down, and you can see it's topping out at -10, but I'm topping out close to -6. So limiters are good to set up. That's basically it. We can go live now. Almost. The last bit, right, is when you are streaming. Right? So if we try to go live, I don't even know if it'll work. Of course, you want first stream ever and last, maybe. Go live notification, meow. Category, just chatting. There you go. All of this is your stream information, beginner, right? And like, I don't know, if you want to put tags in there, I've got a couple tags. I don't know what good tags really are. Always hit done. This is a major mistake and hiccup that hits almost every streamer. You set up your information here, your title, your go live notification, you forget to hit done in OBS. I actually hate the stream info down here. We're gonna utilize, hey, come on. There we go. We're gonna utilize that. And then I'm missing chat. So all of these little things that move around, these are your docs. And since I'm missing chat, I'm gonna open chat up. I'm gonna pop this in here. Come on. Sometimes it's a little hard to get it to pop back in. You have to try to find somewhere for it to figure out. And sometimes it doesn't work. So like we'll take something that's already popped in, we'll put it over there, and then we'll be like, let me in. Let me in. Please let me in. Oh, there we go. Now we're in. Holy smokes. Gosh, that's so irritating. I don't understand why it does that. All right, there we go. And then all of these, right? You can change the way we could bring these up, whatever. Again, OBS is fully customizable, so build it the way that you like it. Let's go to Streamelements for a second. Stream tools. Where's the last one? All right. Another thing that I like to use is if you look for OBS plugins, Streamelements. Streamelements has a nice OBS plugin as well. se.live. So I use this as well. So we'll open that up. We'll allow it to change our computer. It's probably going to ask us to exit OBS. OBS has a lot of plugins. There's a lot of different ones out there. Again, depending on what your use case is. We're just trying to get to go live, and I do recommend getting the Streamelements, the se.live plugin for go live. I'm going to close OBS for a moment because I need to make sure this plugin is installed. The installer is already running. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, next. I agree. Take my soul. Install. As a reminder, chat, all of my videos are thrown up on YouTube. So if you want to catch the... Oh, that's the Discord channel. There's the YouTube, the No Edits VODs. This will go up to the No Edits VODs, so you can review this later if I'm going too fast. And feel free to ask questions in chat, slow me down, or reach out to me. My DMs are open. If you want me to go back over something, if you want to have a little session, I'm down for it. Just hit me up. We'll try to find a time where we can both meet and go over some of this stuff. Alright, while while this is installing, while we are getting the Streamelements plugin installing for OBS, we're going to take a quick break. I've got to run through, use the restroom, get some more drink. So we are going to take a quick 3-minute break. While we're taking a break, we are going to run an ad. That's to make sure that the ads aren't popping while we're doing stuff. Sounds a little staticky. Spotify or the mic? Now it's probably very. But we're going to take a quick BRB break. Maybe that will figure out the static. Hopefully the mic gets itself sorted. But I really got to run through the restroom. So we're going to take a quick ad break. That's to make sure that the ads don't pop while we are hanging out. We'll be back in about 3 minutes, and we will go through. We're finished setting up OBS, and we will go live with Micho Cat Live. I'll see you guys in about 3 minutes.
Hey there, chat. Welcome back and thank you for sticking with us during our BRB screen. This is Alice Uni's your channel points to change my voice to this anytime during the spin or any of our other
Voice modifications.
How's the the mic coming in? I'm getting reports of static. Is it still? I kind of turned it off and turned it back on, trying to get the static gone. You guys let me know if it's still a little staticky. I hope it clears up, because I'm not quite sure why it would have done that. All right, we're almost there, chat. So we have we've downloaded Streamelements. Seems okay. All right, thank you, Rickster. We downloaded the Streamelements plugin for OBS. Now we can see it's in OBS. We're going to connect with Twitch. Please don't make me put this password in again. It's totally going to make me put this password in again. Rip. There we go. Show my password in large text. Whew, what a password. Oh my gosh. And chat, multi-factor authentication. Holy smokes. There we go. Whew. Whew. Yeah, I use a password manager, Rick. I don't bother with trying to remember any kind of passwords. Alright. This is going to work. Get started. Connect. Thank you. Skip. We don't want to set up that. Got it. There we go. So that's going to get us some new docs here. One of them is chat by Streamelements themselves. So it's similar to this chat, but it's got a little bit more extra that you can kind of configure and play with. It is kind of nice. Proceed. But we're just going to get rid of that because we don't need two chats. The big thing that I like is set up. Why are you not done? Click through these continue setup buttons. Oh, is this really? No, we're not. I will activate tipping later. Thank you. Or actually I won't, but I'm sure as heck not doing it now. But the activity feed's nice because that gives you a listing of like your past follows and subscriptions and all those kind of things. And we have no stream activity because we've never streamed, right? So now we have some Streamelements docs. You can see up here at the top, there's a new icon here for Streamelements. So you've got some new things through that plugin that kind of gives you what you need. And again, the big thing that I use it for is that activity feed doc. That's the big thing that I run it on. Now, a couple of things before we go live. Under settings, as soon as it pops up here, on stream, it's Twitch, server recommend. Definitely recommend Twitch. Is this going to work? Do I not need to give a stream key? I guess not. Output. So normally all of your default settings are going to work just fine here. Same with the audio, with the video, but if you start having issues with your stream, again, remember at the beginning we used the OBS to kind of do a bandwidth check and decide what our stream settings would be, and we believed in it. There's some things, again, there's a lot of settings in here. One day when you're bored, I suggest going through it, but like there's stuff that you can do like alignment. So this is like trying to snap things in Snap when you move them around. Not in Snap, in OBS when you move your elements around. So there it is. Stream key is in the dashboard. Yes, in the dashboard of Twitch for sure. I don't know if we actually need it in OBS though because we connected our account. Yo, Super Tech, good to see you in chat, bud. Welcome in. Don't say much changes. I think we can go live with Micho Catbot, chat. I think we can go live with Micho Catbot. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Okay. I think Micho's live, right? If we go to our stream manager, in the creator's dashboard. This computer's so slow. I can't believe I used to stream on this tech. This is the computer I used to stream on. It is so slow. It begins. We got our very first Twitch achievement. We have gone live with Micho Catbot. You can see that it is starting soon. It's welcome to the stream. Here we are. It is live. All right. So I can just go ahead, run over to Twitch on my main account. See that they're there. Excellent, excellent. So here we are. We're ready. We're going live. Specs of the computer I'm using now. I don't know them off the top of my head, Super Tech. And I don't have them pinned in my Discord, but it's all new generation stuff. So my old computer is about 13 to 15 years old, and then this one I built last year. It's just overall better. Overall better. Let me see here. We got an AMD Ryzen 9 5950, 16-core processor. We got 32 gigabytes of RAM. And it's not telling me which GPU I put in it, but I put a pretty nice GPU in it as well. So we're live, right? And all you gotta do... Oh, I forgot to mention this, chat. Because you have a mic, make sure you have some sort of headphones. The quality of your headphones does not matter. It's not going to impact the quality of your stream. It's just for you to listen in on and make sure that your audio doesn't feed loop into your microphone. Yeah, just one GPU, tech. So just get some lower earbuds, be able to place them in. You want to go out, Micho? You want to get out by yourself? Good boy. So now that you're live, right? All we have to do, we can go over to just chatting. Hey chat, how's it going? Welcome in. This is my brand. This is Micho Catbot. This is a bot account for my stream. You guys can see over here in the OBS that we've got, every time we speak, the mic audio. Bump, bump, right? So we know that we're live. We know that we can hear it. You guys know that we get muted all the time. We forget to check that, right? New streamers in, it's great to have you. Thanks for hanging out. This is probably going to be our only stream that we've ever going to do. Maybe we'll do another one, so I'm not expecting many followers, but holy smokes, is that Jesse Geese? I don't know how you pronounce your name, man, but thank you for following along. Really appreciate that. Our very first follower on our very first stream. All right, there you go, chat, right? And again, we can go over, click on Marvel Snap, and there we go. We can sit here and play. Now you'll notice there that follow actually happened again. And I've noticed this a couple times too. Maybe it will proc on this screen when we go over. It's just kind of with Streamelements, when you first load it, it does that. Sometimes the alerts pop over again. One thing that you can do for that is when you set up your browser source, if you're having trouble with that, you can go down here and say refresh browser when scene becomes active. I can literally feel the cold creeping in from this door. And that way, every time you go back to that scene, it's going to refresh it, and that will make sure that if there's anything in your follower queue or your subscriber queue or your alert queue, that gets refreshed and doesn't happen. If you guys notice, just stick with me for a second. Don't run away, but on the main stream here, right? You guys saw that. You saw how it kind of blinked the overlay for a second. That's because on the BRB screen, it will constantly just push those pieces over and over. So to keep from like 90 minutes of followers and subs, I have it refreshed so that when we go to BRB, all those alerts that already hit on another scene get refreshed and don't go on. So there it is. 0 to live, chat. 0 to live right there. Now, I promised a couple more advanced pieces, and so we'll probably get off of being live. I don't know. Maybe we can stay live and do these advanced pieces over on our main stream here. I actually think I need to not be live to do some of this stuff. There's two main pieces that I told you guys I'd go into advanced on. A couple of advanced botting stuff and some advanced audio. But up to this point, this is all you need. You can go live. We've got alerts set up. We've got scenes. The only thing we didn't go through is scene transitions. I keep mine pretty basic, to be honest with you. So it looks like I've just got like fade and stuff. Effect filters, that's not what I'm looking for. We can add, swipe, for instance. When we say swipe, add the swipe from the left, say okay, and then now when we change, right, when we go to just chatting, because we made it a scene transition of a swipe, you can see that we're now swiping for our transitions. I just use these basic transitions. I forget which ones I'm using. Maybe it's slide, maybe it's swipe. I'm not 100% sure. We'll do this one from the right. There you go. Now we're swiping to the right. Right? On my stream here, right, it is little circles that I've got set up.
Maybe.
And you can see, right, where Damien Dog followed us earlier, because I don't have that specific scene set up to refresh when you go to it, those alerts popped. So you may want to consider trying to see if I can get it on another one. No, because I've got the rest of them set up correctly. So you may want to consider refreshing your Streamelements overlays so that those extra alert pops don't happen. Alright, so we're going to stop streaming. Thank you, everybody, for our first stream. Alright, let's do some advanced audio stuff, chat. And I think that even though this is, I'm calling it technically advanced audio stuff, I think this is very important. Because you notice, right, desktop audio is what we're outputting to stream right now. So if I get a Discord message, if my machine notifies me that I have an email, anything like that, right, all of those sound alerts are going to chat. All of those things are going to go to chat, not just Marvel Snap. So I really suggest taking this one extra advanced step. It doesn't have to be by your first stream. Stream. Give chat your Windows alerts. It's fine. Get to this point, chat. Set up about 3 scenes, right? Depending on what you want. You could also do 4 for a BRB, right? But like a game scene and a chatting scene. You need 2 scenes. Set those up. You'll need overlays from Streamelements or similar. Set those up. Put those into browser elements. You're good. Go off and stream. From there, where you can advance beyond that is audio. And this is a really, it's one that I highly recommend. And shout outs to Coco for helping me with my audio. Because he taught me all of this, and he's the one who got me into the advanced audio game. Ultimately, you notice, like, we have the microphone going, and we had the webcam here, and we muted the webcam. We want desktop to be muted. That's our goal. We don't want the entire desktop audio to go out to chat, because we don't want our Discord pings, we don't want our Yahoo bings, we don't want our AOL Messenger binging us. We want just the things that we want going to stream to go to stream. So there's a couple of things. There are 2 main third-party tools, plugins type things that we're going to utilize for this. If you give me just a moment here, I'm going to pull up my direct messages. So I remember what the first one's called. The first one is an OBS plugin called Win Capture Audio. Win Capture Audio. So we are going to, I'm just going to double check, make sure this is the right one. It most definitely is the correct one. Source code URL, join the discussion, I don't need to log in. I think we go to the source code. It's an OBS plugin similar to OBS Win Capture and Game Capture. That's what we're using to capture the video. This plugin is still in a beta state. There's a Discord for you to join. You can support the developer plugin. Installation and use, head over to the release page. Download the latest installer or a zip if you want it portable. Run it, launch it. So let's get our installer. Setup.exe. Ooh, I closed that door and now it's hot in here, chat. Holy smokes. I said it was a little too cold with the door open and then I immediately got too hot. Alright, now, is it actually installed? Let's restart OBS to find out. Yes, alright, so now we have a new option here, oops, under sources. That new option is called Application Audio Capture. The beta one I've not used, alright? And it might be good enough for you. I think it's built into OBS. It was already there when we launched, right? I've never used it, right? We're just going to use the plugin. But it might work with you if you want to experiment with it if you don't want a plugin. But I've always used the plugin. So let's go over to Let's Play Marvel Snap. Actually, you know something, chat? We're going to make a new scene. And we're going to call this scene Nested Scene. No, we're not. We're going to call it NS, which stands for Nested Scene. And that's just to mark that it's not, it's a scene to put inside a scene. That's just how my nomenclature works. And we're going to call this audio cables. Alright? And then I'm going to add in here an application audio output, capture. And I'm going to select snap. I'm going to add the executable. I'm going to say OK. And now we'll see. We'll rename this as well. Rename this snap. And now you see over here on the right, chat, we have snap. Alright, and this is the snap audio. And it's coming straight from this application. Okay? So, for instance, if we pull up YouTube, and I don't know, who is not human, right? And we're playing this YouTube video, right? And maybe what we can do is exit snap. Right, now Snap's not producing any sound, but you can see that the YouTube video is still pushing to sound to the desktop. But that sound's not going out to stream because it's muted, right? We could also add another capture device. We'll call this Chrome, right? There's Chrome. We'll add that executable. Say OK. Right? And now you can see Chrome's in here. And so now we've got our own bit for Chrome. So we can also open up Snap. Oh, wait, that's not where Snap lives. This computer's so slow, it's got to think about it. Right? Now you got Snap Audio and you got Chrome Audio. Okay? Well, maybe we don't want Chrome to overpower Snap, so we can adjust its level down, pull its volume down, right? Maybe we want to put a filter on it, a limiter filter on it, because maybe this is our DMCA free music and we just don't want it to be that loud on stream. And you'll have to play with all this, right? You need to play with this kind of stuff. Your desktop's super slow as well. A lot of times, Rickster, if OBS seems slow, it doesn't necessarily mean your stream is slow. Sometimes your computer just has trouble rendering, but it's because it's focusing all of its power on the output stream. I have definitely noticed my preview of the stream looks slow, and then I go watch the VOD and it's not. But this I highly recommend. It's a little cumbersome. Not gonna lie, chat. It's a little cumbersome to go in and itemize every single application window that you want to push audio to stream, but I think it's very important to do so. Because then, right, if we had a Discord, I don't even think I can, do I even have Discord on this computer? No, not for this account, right? But this way, instead of just capturing everything on desktop audio, we can itemize it. And so like we can mute things individually and still have them for our own audio. So imagine if this wasn't Chrome, right? Imagine this was Discord, right? And I've got my friend in Discord talking to me, but my friend's got a dirty mouth and I want to be a family-friendly stream. So I keep him muted so that chat can't hear him, but I can, you know? And that's only possible if we separate our audio cables virtually. If we use that plugin, or again, I've never used this beta mode. Maybe this beta mode works just as well, but capture those individual audio pieces. Now, but you notice we go to Marvel Snap, we're not capturing Marvel Snap anymore, right? It's not there. That's because those pieces are not in this scene. And that's why I put them as their own scene. So now I can just add these audio cables as their own scene, and now we have all of our audio. And we can add it over here to just chatting, right? A new scene, audio cables. There we go. And now we've got audio cables over here as well. So we've got, you know, Chrome. It's not actually Discord, it's Chrome. And maybe we'll call this music. We'll pretend that this is music, right? So we got Snap playing, we got music playing. Okay? Let's actually make this some kind of music. Just for best TikTok songs, 2010 feel good mix. Oh my god. I don't know what YouTube looks like when you don't have an algorithm. What the fuck? Top Christian worship songs? No thank you. Oh my god. What do I like to listen to? I don't even know what I like to listen to. FTL music. Yeah, there we go. The entire FTL soundtrack. Holy smokes. That's so difficult to do without an algorithm. I depend on my YouTube algorithm, apparently. Alright, so now we got music playing. That's why I use Spotify. I do too, Rickster. And again, if I don't have Spotify open, Spotify. I don't even know if I have Spotify. I don't even have Spotify on this computer because I made a new user account to show this stream off. But you know, we would hear, you know, if you added a capture device, and that's what I have on mine, right, Rickster? If you use Bang Song, right, it actually, that's the Spotify link for the song right there. And I have it set up kind of like this, where I have my own separate audio cable capturing Spotify. Now, maybe you don't want your music to be on the VOD, right? And there's several reasons for that. Maybe you just want your VODs to be game audio only without music. Maybe you're scared that somebody might go through your VODs and find some DMCA stuff and hit you with a copyright. Okay, let's be real about this. The point is, we don't want some audio going into the VODs. So what we can do here is, if we go under settings, now that we have all of our audio split up, right, and we've got individual audio captures for all the applications that we want, and we've muted our desktop, so stream chat does not have to listen to every beep, bop, and boop coming from our system. Only the beep, bops, and boops that we want to do, right? So this is what we do, Rickster. We separate our audio, and then we come in here, and on stream, no, output. Under output, we go to advanced. And what you'll see here is what stream settings, what audio track do you want stream to listen to? It's set right now to 1. But what about your VOD track? Well, I want my Twitch VOD track to be track number 2. Okay? Okay, so everything that you hear right now is on track 1. But the VOD only hears track 2. Okay, so we're going to apply those settings. Now here on our audio mixer, we're going to right click and we're going to go to advanced audio properties. Check that out, chat. Music. Don't play on track 2. Don't go to the VOD. That's all you got to do. Don't go to the VOD. Okay? Now remember, we have set up our audio cables here now. So only the audio we choose, because we muted the desktop, goes to stream. So, what about our alerts? Those were our browser setups, right? If we go to properties, there's a control audio via OBS. So when you're doing itemized audio on every single one of your web browsers, you want to set up, and now you'll see it, it's called browser. And if we go to Streamelements, get out of here, we're already connected. Go to our dashboard, pull up our streaming tools, pull up our gallery. We're going to edit one of these. Mute that. I'm going to emulate a follower alert. And you'll see, chat. See the browser? Just see how the audio went up? Because we're capturing audio now via OBS of the browser source. See? There it is. There it is. Okay? So you'll want to do that for all of your browser sources, right? So we'll need that for starting soon. Control audio for OBS. We'll need it for our just chatting. Control audio for OBS. Now that we have that set up, we can no longer hear the audio. So under advanced audio properties for browser 2, instead of monitor off, we're going to say monitor and output. So that means it's going out to stream, but it's also coming back to our headphones as well. And you're going to want to set that up as well so that you also hear, so that you can also hear your layouts and your overlays and your alerts. Just like that. All right? Yo, Gooey, good to see you in. Welcome, man. Hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day, Gooey. We're going over some stream stuff. So what we've done just now is we've separated all of our audio. So we have music playing in its own track. We've set a limiter on it so it never goes above a certain threshold and doesn't blow out our audience. We can change the volume of that individually. The same thing is true with Snap. And then also our overlay browser. And because we set up under File, Settings, and we went under Output, and we set our VOD track to 2, and then under the Advanced Audio Properties, for our music that we do not want showing up in the VODs, we do not have it pushed to 2. I did hear about Kitty Pride. Yeah, Gooey. I heard about Kitty Pryde. Pretty hilarious. They removed her from game. Come on, sit in the lap, cat. Alright, so that's it. That's it. You're good to go live. Right now. She just phased out. Yeah, just phased out. I don't know, Gooey, if you saw Val's tweet on it, but I thought it was pretty good. It was, if Kitty Pryde gets +2 for every time she's returned to your hand, how much power does she gain if she's returned to development? I thought that was pretty good. That was a pretty good. Yeah, I like that tweet. This is it, chat. I think this is the bare basics. I think at this point, especially with the audio set up this way, all right, splitting your audio so that it is, one, you can choose what your VOD is, but also so you eliminate all desktop notification sounds. That's huge. That's huge. A lot of streams don't do that. And when I say a lot of streams, I mean, I've listened to professional streamers. It's literally their 9 to 8 o'clock job because they stream like 12 hours a day. And I've heard desktop notifications from their stream. Okay? It's a big, big thing. And it's something that you guys as viewers have probably noticed on streams. You hear a Discord pop, you hear a Windows pop, you think it's your computer, and it's not. It's the stream. So again, I really, really encourage you to set up. The DMCA thing is real, okay? And I want to be very clear about something here, chat. Just because your VOD does not have DMCA music in it, doesn't mean that you're free from copyright strikes. The thing is that the copyright strikes, the people looking for them, they look at the VODs because that's how it can be proven. That's how they can search it. That's how they can use a computer to crawl it. If somebody was to come to our stream right now, report us, and we get verified all within the time that we're on stream, then we might get a copyright strike, okay? That's still very possible. But the thing is to catch it live in the act is a lot more difficult to do. It is on the VODs that they find those things, and they have the algorithms to automatically scan and flag them, okay? So, although this is a trick that I am using, I'm going to be right here and say it, this is going to go up on YouTube, come after me. Please, United States government, please don't, Spotify, I'm sorry, I just want to have a good stream, please don't come after me. Even though I do this, right? And you can do it too. I want to be clear, this is not a safeguard. You could still get struck. But I've seen streamers who do this, and they've done it for damn near a full year, and they never get struck. Because they only check VODs. The algorithms, the bots that listen for these specific sounds to see if you're copyright infringing or whatever they want to claim, that only really happens through the VODs, okay? So that's how you can set it up. But more important than that is making sure that your beeps and boops are the beeps and boops you want chat to hear. And not your Discord pings, not all these other things. Only the audio that you want to push to stream. Okay? What about the beeps and the boops? Only the beeps and the boops that we want going to stream are the ones that are going to go to stream, Gooey. That's what's up with the beeps and the boops. Just beep and boop them individually. That's right. Set up all your beeps and boops right in the middle of the audio mixer. Mute your desktop audio, and then set up per application capture devices. And then what's great about that is, again, you can add filters so that you can add things like a limiter and make sure it doesn't blow out your audience's ears, right? Like, this right here is literally as loud as I can be. That's it. That's as loud as my stream will go with my voice because I have a limiter set on it. And I'm not going to scream louder because I have roommates. I have roommate. So what about body, right? There are, in Streamelements, you have your overlays on your streaming tools. Micho counts. Okay. Fair, Gooey, fair. I've got roommates. Roommates is right. Good call. We can check out a chatbot. With Streamelements, you can get a chatbot for free, right? And if we go over into OBS, Streamelements is right now monitoring our stream, and there's Streamelements telling us that Catbot was created 5 months, 21 days, and 7 hours ago, answering these bot commands. You can also create custom commands, right? So we could say hello and add a new custom command. And the command is called hello. Everyone can use it, and the response is, why, hello there. Okay? Are there advanced settings? I've never gone... Oh, and then you can do, like, cooldowns, right? So that there's a global cooldown, a user cooldown, whatever it may be. Alright, so you can set up some basic commands like that. And now we've got a command. Hello.
Hello, imbecile.
And why hello there? It repeated back to us on Micho's stream. We'll move this over so it's easier to see. Right? So in Streamelements, you can make some basic commands. There are some default commands. There's actually a kappa gen in here, but it's not the kappa gen I use. I use a different kappa gen that's outside of today's tutorial, but if you want the same kappa gen that we use here on my channel, feel free to hit me up in the DMs and I will lead you to how to build that. Go through here, play with all this. You can. There's nothing wrong with these. These are good bot stuff. Yo, Unique! Good to see you in, bud. Good to see you in. Welcome in. Unique, guys. You built Harry's layouts and stuff, right? We just went to Streamelements and we picked some layouts, but I'm telling you, if you've got a friend like Unique, or you yourself are good with artsy-fartsy, using, not PowerPoint, Photoshop, you can build your own overlays and make them look super crisp. I'm sharing some of that tech love. Timers. Timers are a great way to say, please follow me. It helps me grow. Right? And you set it to be every minute so that you really pester chat and they hate you forever for it. And we can activate that timer. And there's also a chat line limit. So at least 5 chats had to have happened, but we'll just say 1. Alright? And if we go over here to OBS, right, now that that's going on, maybe we do something like watch time, which is a built-in one. We've never watched ourselves, apparently. But eventually that timer is going to click, and then boom, you'll have little notifications. So this is a great way if you're supporting a charity. Make a timer that gives the charity information. If you have a subathon going on, if you want to, whatever, you know, we have a timer here for Snap Clash that promotes people to go to Snap Clash. We have a timer here about Discord, promoting people to go to Discord. Yep, Ken as well, very nice. I think, Unique, you know that, you know my overlays, right? You can tell, like, I use some basic elements that I got from Streamelements, but, like, I don't have the crisp outlines around, like, the Marvel Snap or anything like that. So, I can understand. Overlays are not easy to build from scratch. Some of the shelf stuff gives you limited customization. Yeah, if you want to go full customization, that's the way to do it. You'll be sure to remember all this when you actually have a computer that can run from the base OBS in a game at like 2 FPS. Gooey, you don't have to remember it. You can hit up the VOD channel and watch it later. Hey, yeah. Alright, so these are... Streamelements has some basic chat commands and timer commands, right? And that's just very basic. Build a custom command, you type it in, and it says something back to you. Okay? This is a great place to start. Start here. This is where I started. All my commands were here. But you know something, chat? You can't do stuff like this, right? And that is a channel point. The channel point actually activates a GIF. It activates a sound alert. We also have, you know, our hello and goodbye commands on this channel, which do audio alerts. You can't do that with Streamelements. So let's talk a little bit about some advanced botting and what tool I use for advanced bots. Thank you, Unique. That means a lot. Thank you. GIF with a hard G? But the guy who created the graphical interface format calls it GIF, alright? And it's not JSON, it's Jason. Okay? It's not JSON, it's Jason. Don't get into me. It's not up to him, or it's not up to you either, Gooey. You and your little GIF. Ugh. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm just trolling you. I sometimes say GIF too. I use them interchangeably. The program I use for all my advanced botting is called Mix It Up. It's this one right there. You can see it from this. Alright? It is a full streaming bot. So we're going to download the installer. And we're going to set it up. It's free. I didn't pay nothing for Mix It Up. Alright? Now the thing is about Mix It Up is it takes a lot of setup. It is a shit ton of setup, but it is free and it is powerful. It's not up to one person. Alright, so we're going to set up a new streamer here. We're going to accept this, which basically says we've sold our life away. It's going to tell us that it does some things. We're going to log in with Twitch. God fucking bless America. Wait a second. Default browser. Default apps. No. Use Chrome. Before you switch anyway. There we go. Now, failed to, okay. Log in as streamer. Nice! Authorized! Mixed It Up. Successfully authorized. So there we go. Now, you can set up a bot account. On my Mix It Up, Micho Catbot is the bot account. So you guys notice, right? When we do something like, if we do streamer age. Right? Micho Catbot responds and lets you know. If you do watch time, Micho Catbot, my brand. Oh, is watch time not a real thing? I don't have watch time? Well, that's really disappointing. I could have sworn it had a watch time command. Add follow age. There's follow age. Streamer age. Sub age. You can do sub age. I don't have a watch time. Damn. Okay. Mix It Up doesn't come with a watch time, but it does come with a follow age. Right? So I can see that I've been following. I'm not following myself. Holy shit. What a loser. Who doesn't follow me? I can't believe that. Surely not me. But you notice, well, the ones that actually work there, right? Micho Catbot is the one that's responding. So that's through Mix It Up. Okay? So we're just going to set up, and this works with, you know, other streaming services. Why are you streaming anywhere else? Cool. Right, it is desktop only, so it only exists on your computer. Why do I like Micho over others? Because Micho is my cat, so it's just part of my brand. I made the account specifically just to fit with my brand. So Micho Catbot is literally just a Twitch account. Yo, Crush, good to see you in chat, bud. Right, and it's actually the Twitch account that's in this OBS right now. You can see he's got one follower. A really cool dude. So here's Mix It Up, right? So you can make new commands. And these are the pre-made commands that come automatically, right? So that's stuff like the streamer age, what game's going on, whatever, all of that stuff. And you can make custom commands. So we can make a new custom command, and you can have that custom command do a lot of stuff. So chat message, for instance, right? Hello. What are the chat triggers? Hello. Hi. Hey. Why hello there? And we're going to send it as the streamer because we don't have a bot. Actually, I'm curious what might happen if we do it. Alright? So now we can go over here. We can say hi. Why, hello there. We can say hello. Why, hello there. Why, hello there. We can say hey. Why, hello there. So you noticed in Streamelements, all we set up was bang hello. But what's cool about Mix It Up is that you can do the same command can have different aliases. So that's pretty cool, right? So like hello, hey, hi, all of those work. And I didn't set up hey on this one. Funny enough, I say all that, and then the very first thing, no, hey does work. Why did hey not work over there? Bang hey should work. Why did that not work? Did it play an audio clip and I just didn't hear it? Maybe it played an audio clip and I didn't hear it because my audio's closed. Because I heard that one. So, those are the chat messages, right? Is it not playing for you, Unique? Try bang hello. Or exclamation point hello. Sorry, bang is a short name, a nickname for the exclamation point.
Hello.
So hey didn't work? Do I have a cooldown on this maybe? No. Strange. Okay. I don't know. I'll have to experiment with that later. I thought the aliases would work, and it does work for me, right? Like, hey worked for me.
Hello, imbecile.
Hi works for me.
Hello.
Hi worked for you. That's super awkward. Okay. Anyway, the aliases are supposed to work. Some things just get weird, right? With Mix It Up, right? With Streamelements, you're just getting chat messages. This is basically what you can build. With Mix It Up, you can go really in deep. So, for instance, we can have an overlay or image, right? We don't have the overlay enabled in the services. So you can go over here to services. And you want to include overlay. And you want to say connect. And here's like this piece, right? Can I copy this, please? Add this as a browser source. Like we added our other overlays from Streamelements, but this time we're adding the URL that we got from Mix It Up. By 1080. Control audio via OBS because we're in full audio control. Hey, thank you for hanging out, Unique. Good luck out there, bud. Alright. Test the connection. 2 overlays connected in total. Sure. Cool. Then we can say text. We don't have any overlay endpoints. Is that true? Wait a second. Save. Duration of greater than 0. We'll say it's up there for 5 seconds. Save real quick. Type of overlay action. Let's remove this for a second. Then add not overstream. I'm blind. Chad, I'm blind. Where is it? Where is it? Command, consumable, counter, Discord, external program. Oh, it's selected right here. Okay, add overlay and images. Images and video. Text. Hello. Default endpoints. There we go. Size. Show it for 5 seconds. We'll put it at the top. We'll save it. All right. Now, instead of just the text or just the chat, did it not actually do it? Commands. Test this command. Hello text black percentage. Let's make it super big. Test. I have to troubleshoot that a little bit. Oh, I know what it is. You need to have Mix It Up running before you run OBS for that to work. You always have to have the Mix It Up program running before OBS for Mix It Up and OBS to play nicely with each other. All right, now we're going to say bang hi. Did it still not work? Yo, Default Dan. What is Mix It Up? You never used it before, and what is it doing for you? It does most everything, Dan. It does most everything for me. So Mix It Up, for instance, is in charge of my channel points. So the display of the GIF, the text, and the sound effect is all Mix It Up, hooking into my channel points. Mix It Up is also what I'm using to automatically change the sound of my voice based off of the channel commands or the buttons I'm pressing. When I press a button, I press a command in Mix It Up, which has a hook into Voice Mod, which is the program I use for my voice modification. It also, Mix It Up is also what does this. So, like, I have Mix It Up knows that Micho Catbot, that Twitch account, is my bot account, and it uses that. Yeah, so streamer.bot is another one that does exactly what Mix It Up does. I just ended up using Mix It Up. Right, and like the Cube Rush logo showing up, which isn't going to show up here because we're not on the OBS, on the Marvel Snap scene, and it's not set up for this scene. Why is this not actually putting an image on board though? Default endpoints. Test is definitely not showing up. Test. So a lot of this, right, when you get there, it's just testing and figuring it out. Something's definitely not hitting correct here. If I look under services, so it was overlay, test connection. It says connection test. It's right there. It said connection test. Do I have the ordering wrong? No, it's on the top. It should be displaying. It displayed the connection test for sure. Interesting. I don't know why this is not running it. Yeah, a video, Dan, with some proper editing would probably go a long way. But I am just, at this point, we went live. We already went live with our other account. Now I'm trying to go into some of the advanced bot stuff and over this program that I use. We also did the advanced audio cables, right? So we've got our audio set up, and we've got it set up to where our music channel is not playing to track 2, which is our VOD channel. I really don't. Oh, chat! It's been showing up this whole time! It's just in black, so we can't see it because it's on the black background! We figured it out! Alright, there you go. Right? And so that can be an audio, that can be an image, that can be all kinds of different things. And And again, you can set up the different chat triggers so that you can have it be, you know, hello, and or maybe like, for instance, you might have a tournament command, but some people might want to call it tourney. Or maybe you have a charity command, and maybe that charity is 2023 GFG. Right? Or maybe that charity is gamer outreach. So you want all of these command triggers to do the same thing. So you can set up those commands, and you have lots of actions here. For instance, if you guys notice, when I go live, it posts a message to my Discord and to my Twitter. I'm using Mix-It-Up. Mix-It-Up has connections to my Discord. It has connections to my Twitter account. So I put in one message, and Mix-It-Up not only does stuff for my stream, but also does stuff for my Discord and my Twitter. So my entire opening sequence is all controlled by Mix-It-Up. You get some other things in here, like you can do text-to-speech. There are special identifiers, okay? All kinds of stuff. And then on top of that, just like in Streamelements, you can set up timers, all right? You can set up these timers. And that can be, you know, again, intervals, minutes, all kinds of stuff. So I actually think if we want to actually check out some of these commands, I'm going to do a quick display capture, and we're going to look at my actual live. Instead of looking at the other computer and the other tutorial setup, let's look at some of my live commands and show you guys what you can do with Mix-It-Up. Okay? I got to find a more permanent place for these webcams. Is that okay, chat? Maybe a little bit more other way? This way? Okay, I'm fidgeting now. Alright, so I'm going to add nothing. Oh, there we go. See, right then, Windows made a noise, chat, and you didn't hear that noise. Because we have our audio split up on our mainstream device. So let me see here. I'm going to add a display capture. I'm just going to capture a full screen display. And it's not going to be that one. And I'm glad I didn't leak anything. Holy smokes. Primary monitor. There we go. We're going to make that full size. We're going to bring it up, bring it down in order. I know you guys can't see any of this, but we're going to bring it down in order to where it's below the webcam. Okay. So let's look at some of the commands that I have set up here for this channel that's already set up, right? So for instance, right, I have a BRB command so that at a push of a button, it will go to the BRB screen, right? So OBS Studio, change it to our BRB screen scene. Then it waits for 1 second. Then I have Twitch run an ad. And then I have another command, which is what is that command? A chat command? Oh, then I have it call another command, which is my split command, okay? For instance, and let's look at the split command. What the split command does, and you notice that it's only for me, the streamer. The split command tells OBS to start or stop my recording. It waits for 2 seconds. Then it starts and stops my recording again. So I created this command so I could easily split my local recordings to be able to do stuff like make YouTube channels and YouTube videos. And I could easily, like something cool would happen, I'd split the recording. I know that at the end of my recording files are where cool stuff happens. Then I have in my Discord a private channel for just me where I log all of this information. And then I have it in Twitch, put a marker so that I can go back in my VOD on Twitch if I want to make a highlight. Right? If we look at some sound commands, right? So check this out. What I do here for the goodbye and the hello is I read a random line from a file. This file right here. If we open this file up, It's just a list of other files that are all audio files. So this essentially picks a random audio file from this list and then puts that into a variable, and then we just call that variable and run that file, right? So if we test this command,
goodbye, everybody.
right?
I've got to go.
But if we test it again, it should be
goodbye,
wow.
everybody. I've got to
What are the
go.
chances that we randomly get the same audio clip twice in a row?
Okay, bye.
There's a different one, right? So it's randomized. Right, we got some Marvel snaps. So for instance, a lot of these are just, decks. It's just a chat command. Hey, here's my decks. Go check them out. Patch command. People come in, they hit patch. Yo, here's the patch notes. Go check it out. Meanwhile, we have stuff like the roadmap. The roadmap says, hey, here's the roadmap image on stream, and here is a link to the roadmap. So we can play an image, and there's the roadmap image, and there's the link in chat. We've got some overlay things. Oh, these are just images, right? Like this just puts Micho on the board. Stream maintenance. All right, so we looked at BRB. BRB return is very similar. I just press a button. It puts us over on just chatting. Go live. So this is how I go live chat. I test this command. The first thing it does is it adds a role in my Discord channel, the go live role, which has to be by the ID and not the name. I learned that the hard way. It does a line break. It provides all the arguments, which I type in when I press the test button, and then it sends a link for my Twitch account, right? It does a very similar thing to Twitter. Then it saves to a file who hit first, which is nobody. So it resets that file so that it could be you. It's supposed to say something at the end of that. That's awkward. Then I start scene. I go to my OBS automatically changes to my starting scene. It starts the stream. It starts my recording. It sends a message to my Discord log that I've started recording. It waits 437 seconds, which is 7 minutes and 13 seconds, the timer on the starting screen. Then it runs a split command to split my recording and mark it that that's when the starting screen ended. And then it goes to the just chatting screen. And if you guys pay really close attention, sometimes you can catch it when I'm doing stuff and it automatically switches and I'm like, oh shit, I'm live. Hello, welcome in everybody, Similarly, I have a button for stream end. So I press a button and it automatically goes to the stream ended scene and it runs our credits. Okay? We've got some VIP commands. So for instance, the GGs can only be used by the VIPs. That's up here under here, and you can see it's by Twitch VIP and Streamer. You can set cooldowns on it, which we don't have cooldowns on. You can, I'm not even 100% sure what that is. All of that kind of stuff, right? IT, on and off again. It plays that IT sound clip. Right, chat? So you can set up all these kind of commands. Then, when you set up timers, you can actually reference those commands in here. So if we go to our timers and we look here, we'll see that this Discord, all it does is it runs the chat command for Discord. So the timer uses the exact same messaging for the chat command Discord. So I only have to change it in one place if I want to change the messaging around my Discord channel. Or if, I want to point people to my newest YouTube, I can just go to the YouTube command, under commands, change it there, it automatically updates the timer. Overlay widgets, there's a lot of options in here. This is where I set up the credits. Not gonna lie, I just said overlay, and I said end credits, and I basically just used it as is. Again, you can hit up your channel points. So this will connect to Twitch, and this is how it puts that text on screen, shows an image, does a little notification sound so that I know it's happening, switches it to auto-tuned voice, waits, starts a timer, which is another overlay HTML thing that I've got going on, waits for the 60 seconds, and then changes my voice back to my normal voice modification, which is what you're hearing now. I think it's what you're hearing now. Yes, it is. Right? So you can actually, this is why I got Mix It Up, is because I wanted, and I have a feeling this is why Default Dan got streamer.bot, is because I wanted channel points to do stuff automatically. I wanted it to show stream, or show images. I wanted it to play sounds. I wanted it to automatically change voice mod, right? This is advanced stuff, guys. Don't start here on stream 1. Do the audio stuff we did. Do the OBS setup, the first hour of stream before we went live. Do all that. This is for when you've decided this is a hobby you enjoy and you want to take it in an advanced level. Use Hydrate for chat, right? For a channel point, Hydrate. It's perfect. It's great. Reminds me, I need to hydrate. Okay? Just do those kind of things. But when you get advanced, when you get up to affiliate, you know that you want to keep doing this. Look at a bot. I suggest looking at a bot like this, or maybe streamer.bot. There's good documentation on it. So if I look up Mix It Up special identifiers, oh my gosh. Freaking Bing. Guys, freaking Bing. Mix It Up special identifiers. Right? So like there's all this information on here about all the different commands and how to use it, and like you can do the date time, like if you needed to know what time it is, there's all these different special bits, right? I wonder if, can I get someone's watch? Total streams watched, top 10 time, user time, viewing total viewing time. I'm going to set that up. I'm going to set up a watch time for us eventually, so you guys can check how much you've watched if you're interested in that. What else can Mix It Up do? Mix It Up can also do stuff on events. So you remember the alerts that we're using Streamelements for? I haven't gotten to a point where I'm advanced and I'm using this bot for my alerts, but you could. You could use this bot for your alerts as well. One thing that I do have set up here is the chat rated. So I've got in chat rated, and to be honest with you, I pulled it from the community. I didn't even pull it down, but it does a little message to my personal Discord channel so I know when someone rated me. And then it tries to do a shout out. This is a whole command that I don't have working yet. And then it says, send hello, just rated with the number of raters. It waits for 15 seconds. And then it says everyone should go check them out. They're an awesome streamer, which is definitely true. And it tells you what they were last playing and what their URL is. Right? And this happens automatically when people rate me. And then I've got all these other things turned off. Right? We also have some other things, like when the stream stops, it just makes a little audit log. Right? So you can put up commands based off of events that happen on stream. What other things do I have set up that I want to show off? Here's chat, right? You can use this for chat as well. So I can kind of see everybody that's in chat right now. Sorry to out you if you didn't want anyone to know that you're hanging out in chat. And another thing that I can kind of do, which is kind of fun, is I can look at user info And I can see that Micho Catbot has watched me for 325 hours and 12 minutes. I just learned that today, actually. I didn't know that I had that visibility. I just learned it today. So there's so much more stuff in here, like the quotes engine. I'm not even utilizing this, but you can add quotes and have people like redeem and see what the quotes are. But it's not enabled. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Again, it can interact directly with Twitch. It can interact directly with Discord. It can interact directly with Twitter. It can interact directly with OBS. So many things. Again, the Tiltify, by the way, this is what we were using to do the charity stream. So I could have connected, mix it up, the bot, to that charity stream and done special stuff with that, which is kind of cool, right? Like I said, the voice mod is the modification that I
used to change my voice live on stream, right? At a press of a button, so I have
that hooked up as well. Stream Deck, right? Got a Stream Deck. It's a really cool thing. So it's a fun mix-it-up bot. Again, it allows you to kind of take your commands to the next level. This is super more advanced stuff. Get to affiliate first. Make sure that this is a hobby that you enjoy. Then you can come in and do some of this stuff. I'm just trying to look at it and see if there's anything else that I'm utilizing out of this that might be interesting. Let's see. What's another thing? If I go to commands and I go to new commands, there's export and import. So you can export, right? And this is actually like, if I wanted to do, for instance, a new Twitch channel point, which was a new sound effect, I would open this up. I would first export it, and then I would do a new command and import it, and then I would just, that way all of this is set up, and I can just change the audio links, right? So that's kind of, you use the export import to kind of clone stuff over. You can also, somewhere around here, I forgot how to do it. I think I did it on the events. Wait a second. Services, changelog, accounts, right? This is where you can add a bot account once you create a bot account. So you can see it's my streamer account and the bot account. Community commands. So here you can go to community commands, and these are commands that other people have already set up. So here's a D20 command. So we can say, okay, cool, download this D20 command, add it as a chat command, create a new command as a chat command, or we can add it to an existing command, right? And just add it in, but we'll add it as a new command. Then it's going to pop it up. It's called a D20. We're going to save it. And then we can do D20 in chat. Got a 7. Got a 7. Did that do any kind of overlay stuff? I've never used that before, chat. I haven't done all of the bot shit that I've done here. I built from scratch. Okay? I didn't start, the only community command that I started with was the raid, because I had a hard time getting raid to work, so I used the community command for raiding. Where's the D20 command? D20. Oh, it's under fun. Alright. So what does this do? Chat, wait, chat, conditional, conditional, conditional. Okay, it just runs a roll result. Where are these conditionals? And roll result equals 1. Then you do a chat message. Critical fail. Oh, you cast silence on yourself. It lasts 1 minute. That's funny. Oh, and it plays a sound? Interesting. Interesting. I didn't hear that. So I don't think this actually exists on my computer. I think if I wanted that to exist, I would need to put a file there. Yeah, there's not actually a file there. That's kind of cool, though. Moderation. Oh! What? So if you critically fail and hit a 1, then it automatically times you out. It automatically times you out for 60 seconds. That's funny. See, and this was a community-made chat. This was just a community-made command that we just took off of their web store, and it's kind of funny. A critical hit does a little sound effect, does an image for make confetti for your Twitch stream.gif. So, like, we don't have any of this stuff, right? We don't have these. There's not a user on here called Gamer. But we could, you know, it's a template. We could change this image to whatever image we would want, right? So that's kind of cool. So, yeah, we just added a D20 command, you know? That's not how you do D20. We just added a D20 command to chat. And there we go. We got a 3. We got a 3. Should I delete this? I want to delete this. Otherwise, I'll forget that's a real thing. So yeah, utilizing that community store and mix it up is a great place to, you know, start off and get a jumping point for your commands. All right, chat. So that's the big and skinny of it, chat. To recap, okay? Set up OBS scenes. You're gonna want like 2 scenes. 2 scenes to start streaming. The scene that you're gonna video game on, you're gonna play your video game, and a just chatting scene, right? Maybe do a BRB, maybe do an ending, maybe do a starting. Get something like Streamelements or Streamlabs to utilize for your overlays. They have great libraries of pre-made overlays. And then you can take those elements, and just like in OBS, you can move them around and position them to your own branding, right? Remember, all of my overlay stuff, this is Heroes of the Storm on Streamelements. This chat box is Heroes of the Storm on Streamelements. All of these are Heroes of the Storm pieces. And I updated them with my branding to put my images, my subscriber badges, and my emotes in them, right? You build these little tiny pieces together. Get your audio separated by using the OBS Win Capture Audio that we showed off earlier. Look for OBS plugin, Win Capture Audio, something like that, and you'll find the one that you're looking for. That way you can separate it and you can mute your desktop and you're only pushing the beeps and boops to stream that you want to push. And then go live and have fun. All right, chat? Go live and have fun. Don't let it bear down on you. It feels like a lot, and the reason why it is a lot is that you can go to the end of the world. Go to Default Dance, Twitch. Give him a follow. Check him out. He's got some amazing transitions. We barely went over transitions, right? We're just using the basic, even on this stream, right? It's just a circle. That's just in some checkers. Circles, checkers, right? Circle, checker. That's just default OBS stuff, all right? You can go even more advanced. You can get video overlays that have transparencies, and it's really cool, okay? On top of that, there's definitely some cool things that you see out there in Marvel Snap streams especially, because Marvel Snap is more vertical, so people have cutouts and they move elements around. That's very doable. It's very doable, and it can all be done in OBS, and it uses stuff called masks and blending. Don't worry about all that. Get your video game, get your Marvel Snap, get your Super Mario on the screen. If you want to use a webcam, put a webcam. Separate your audio cables. Go live. Go live. Have fun. Then, when you decide, yes, this is a hobby I want to enjoy, and I want to continue working towards this, then buy yourself a ring light. Right? Buy a ring light if you want better lighting. Buy a microphone if that's something that you want to buy. But all this shit, you don't need any of this shit to start streaming, to start having fun. Right? You don't need a fancy webcam. Just a pair of earbuds so that it doesn't loop through, and the webcam's mic's all you need. Or some basic mic. Or maybe even the mic on the earbuds. Just start off and have fun. Alright? And then when you enjoy it, you can start making commands. Make those commands first in Streamelements. It's just going to be chat commands, right? But those are fun. Right? Bang, why? Why not? You know? Streamelements comes in and answers the question. You say why, I say why not. You know? And eventually, as you start getting together and you start feeling comfortable and you want to add to it, you want to do stuff, you start looking for stuff like Twitch stream timer. And you read an article and you watch a video and it leads you to some custom HTML code that when you type CD start 300, it puts a timer on screen. And you just copy and paste that in to your overlay, right? Those get the basics down, get there, and then all these like accoutrements like the timer, right? And like Rickster, I think I've shown you. I don't think I have the image anymore. To also be fair, I work IT for a living, okay? So, I'll show you, Rickster. This is more about my day job than it is about streaming, right? But you don't need all this. Get just a basic, get just one monitor. Maybe you can't see OBS while you're streaming and you just have to trust that everything's looking okay. Maybe it's in a little corner, maybe you do half screen, whatever it may be. But you don't need a lot. Just get out there, have fun. Set up your audio cables so that you're not putting bad beeps and boops out there, and set up your scenes, at least 2 or 3 of them, and then go with it. Pick some default overlays from Streamlabs or Streamelements. Again, I support Streamelements over Streamlabs, but it's up to you. Look at them. See which ones you like more. Plug them in as browser sources, right? But this is overkill, Rickster. You see this? I built that computer as a gaming PC because I wanted to do gaming. Coincidentally, it works well for streaming. You do not need a vertical stream. You do not need an ultra-wide freaking monitor. You do not need another monitor. One monitor is all you need, Rickster. One monitor, basically a webcam, and a passion for fun. Because ultimately, people watch for you. All of this, all of the layout stuff, Rickster, all of that, that's about grabbing people first, right? When they're browsing the channel and they say, oh my god, look at that overlay, it looks so crisp, I want to see this guy. Right? That just comes later. Get out there, get interested in it, play it out, go, stream. Again, set up 2, 3 scenes. Put them together. Look at it. Take some local recordings before you go live to listen to your audio and to see how it looks, right? And watch those videos. Then go live. And then once you've gone live, you can start doing stuff like making channel commands and making Twitch channel points when you hit affiliate and using a mix-it-up bot or some other bot to do advanced decisions, right? Like the D20 stuff. It's a random roll, and then based off of the results, sometimes it does, like a critical fail. And we saw that on the community, right? You can set up automation for raids. You can set up automatic, like my entire stream startup is all automated. The post to Twitter, the post to Discord, the switching of the scenes, all of that's automated for me. That's all advanced stuff. Just start off with the easy stuff first. Just start off the easy stuff first. Chat. My DMs are open, all right? I'm a very busy person. I work a normal day job. That's why we only get to stream like 2 or 3 hours when we do get to stream, except for on Sundays. But I'm not going to out anybody, okay? But there have been a handful of people that I've already helped with stream setup. right? And I've given them suggestions on how to do their layouts, what I think looks good on their stream. I've helped them separate their audio. Coco4 helped me. Thank you so much, Coco4. Guys, go give that man a follow. He's absolutely amazing. But my DMs are open. If you want more help, if you review this VOD, if things weren't quite clear, I'm happy to help out. But I saw a lot of interest in this, and I appreciate everybody who stayed with us and hung out and checked this different content, right? We didn't really play video games. We just talked about the meta of streaming. The most important thing about stream is just to have fun with it and enjoy yourself. Be yourself. Enjoy the game that you're playing. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, people aren't going to enjoy watching. But if you enjoy what you're doing, people are going to enjoy watching. And these extra flares and these extra bonuses and these sad trombones, all these kind of things, they can come later. You put those in little by little. I used to, thank you, Rickster. What I used to do is I would push myself. When I hit affiliate, I would say I'm going to make one chat command, one kind of chat command each day before stream, right? And I started off with the applause. It was just the sound effect, right? It was just the sound effect. And then one day before stream, I said, I'm going to improve. Before stream today, I'm going to make one improvement to stream. And I added the clapping gif. And then I said, okay, one more improvement. And I added the text, right? You can build these tiny pieces up, because once you build these commands, you kind of just hide them. You toggle them off if you don't want to use them, but you can always go back or grab them again, use the export feature to copy them, you know. If I wanted to do another, another channel point that maybe instead of sad trombone, it's like rim shot, then I'm going to copy this, and all I'm going to do is replace the audio file that it's pointing to, replace the image file that it's pointing to, and change it from saying sound effect sad trombone, I'll change the last two words to say rim shot, you know? So just, these pieces are all built up, very small, in small increments, in small units. There is a baseline that you're trying to get to. Don't go too far. That's what I'm trying to get to, because we went too far tonight, right? Remember, we didn't do all this shit before we went live. We did some basic shit, then we hit go live. Do the basic shit. All the advanced shit will come as you find your passion, you find your groove, you find your brand. Because that's a whole nother thing we haven't talked about, right? You want a brand. You guys kind of see what the brand is here. I hope that I've portrayed it, right? Positivity is one part of my brand. Mispronunciations and misplays, which is kind of a cop-out brand, but I love it because it just gives me the freedom to be goofy and not think twice about it and not get self-conscious about it. And then space, right? We have the galaxy hearts. We have the purple that I got from Heroes of the Storm, right? My background here is my background created by the channel artist, and it's all space themed, right? The stream schedule, again, I got a brander. I'm lucky enough that I have a friend that helps me with this and does the artsy stuff. You'll want to think about a brand. You'll want to come up with that and like push some themes, right? We've got the pet photos. All of that can come later. That stuff naturally comes out of you once you get into it, once you get comfortable with it, once you start streaming. So bite off a small piece, get to go live, have fun with it, and then you will slowly see your own snowball start going down that hill, gaining momentum, and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, because you'll make small stream improvements each day before you go live. And eventually you'll have an entire repertoire of commands and a community following and friends that you've made over the internet who will sit in chat and watch you for 3 hours talk about jack fuck shit. Because I know some of you hung out tonight. You don't even want to stream. You just hung out because you like hanging out in this channel. You like lurking. You like listening to me. You like supporting me. And I really appreciate you. I really do. Which brings me to something that I've said once before. In fact, I think I've said it twice. I think I've said it 1,000,000 times.
Chat. Streaming is a shit ton of fun, but it's more fun when I do it with you. Live on Twitch.tv. Thank you guys so much for hanging out tonight. This will be going up on the mod channels, but most importantly, chat, most importantly, is stick around for the credits, because whether you were watching, you were lurking, you were chatting, or you were just overall being awesome in chat, you know you're awesome. Your name's gonna show up in the credits because this is just as much your show as it is mine. No reads tonight, we're just gonna end the stream from the bottom up. Thank you guys so much. You're absolutely